Hi guys. Okay. Hello to everyone and a very good afternoon. Welcome to this another practice set CSAT RC we are doing in this series and we will continue with our practice. So quickly let me know if I'm audible and visible to all of you. If you can confirm me quickly, we can start. Okay. So my classes are scheduled this way, and before that, if you are watching me, my face for the first time, I'm your faculty of English, and my name is Neharika John Mehra. I've been teaching English for more than 10 years now. So the classes here for CSAT are on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 1:30 p.m. Okay, and then we have three more days, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays, 1:30 p.m. on our other channel, CGB IBPS Hub, where we are targeting SBI mains. Apart from this, there is an excellent series going on for editorial analysis for all of you, and that is going on Monday to Saturday, 8 p.m. We do a lot of activities over there. We do the reading practice, skimming practice. We take care of the summarizing a paragraph, a passage. We practice grammar. We learn vocabulary. So there's a lot for you all over there. Make sure you are here at 8 p.m. daily, Monday to Saturday. Sundays are off for everyone. So अभी हम करेंगे अपने paragraphs. These are comprehension questions and some are direct, indirect and some are to be inferred or assumed. So there you go. Start with this question. Answer आपको यहाँ chat में देना है. Thank you Pankaj. Thank you so much for confirming. Loud and clear. I like it. The kind of reply that encourages me. So the question is which of the following is most likely to weaken the argument? So any option going in contrast to the message of the given passage is going to be my answer here. Answer is A. I wish to see you people answering here, but if you don't want, just answer wherever you're sitting in your mind, okay? So, but because of idea of private property has been permitted to override with its selfishness, but because of this reason, the common good of humanity, it does not follow that there are not limits within which that idea can function or for the general convenience and advantage. So, Here we are saying because there is this idea that private property has been permitted to override because of it or along with the selfishness. Because of this, the common good of humanity, it does not follow, the common good is not agreeing to this, that there are not limits. Okay, not agreeing that there are not limits. So they follow that there are limits within which the idea can function for general convenience and advantage. People can take advantage of this idea of private property. So the weakening is going to be this way. All the people of the society should progress at an equitable rate. Everyone should progress like simultaneously, and there should be no disparities and private property. There should be no place where inequality is there, disparity is there. There should be private property that does not bring about a tremendous disparity. But my author is saying that here, because the idea has been permitted to override the good common good of humanity, it does not follow that there are not limits. That means there are limits. There are two negations here. Okay, there is this not and then there is another not, which means it follows that there are limits where this idea can function. And here author is saying there should be no limits. So this is weakening the argument which is made in the paragraph. Okay, why not BCD? One should not strive for the common good of humanity at all. This is extreme option. Instead, now there is a second part of this option. Instead, one should be concerned with maximizing one's own health. So actually, this is supporting. Author is saying that we should. It's not like we have to all grow together. It has to do with its selfishness. It has something to do with we see our own benefit. So this is not the one weakening the argument. One should learn from experiences of former communist nations and should not repeat their mistake at all. It's out of the context. Even prosperous capitalist countries like the USA have their share of social problems. Another angle here which is irrelevant to my context. So, my context, whatever it is saying, let's say if it is going positive, the weakening argument will go negative. Simple relationship here. Next one. Which of the following is in accordance with the ideas contained in the passage? In other words, this is the opposite question of the previous one, that is, which one of the following strengthens the idea? Just पूछने का तरीका अलग है and the correct answer is A. Good job, Pankaj. Now, the benefits of psychotherapy result not only from the advice the therapist gives, but also from the supportive relationship offered to the patient by the therapist. So it's like the advice and the support they get. Even though this relationship may cost large amounts of money over many years, most patients interpret the therapist's concern for them as genuine and identify this caring relationship as the primary factor in improving their mental health. So people do, invest a lot of money here. It's something that costs largely, but whatever the therapists say or do, the patient consider that as genuine. However, recent studies have found that only 8% of the relationships continue after the patient terminates formal paid visits. So once the paid visits are over, only 8% of the relationships stay. तो ये एक स्टडी में पता चला है. So therapists are equally concerned with money making and their patients' well-being, which is very clear because they are not continuing their relationship after formal paid visits. But till the time the visit is going on, the visits are going on, they are genuinely concerned as per the passage. So yes, this is something that strengthens the idea mentioned in the passage. Reading published articles of reputed psychotherapists will hardly be beneficial. No. Therapists can always, this is extreme word, treat mental illness without use of drugs. I can't comment, we cannot say this, that this part is going to strengthen or weaken what is given. Okay? Therapists who terminate relationship are likely to improve mental health of their patient. This is opposite to what is said. So, A was your answer. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys. Answer is C. Now, question is, which of the following options that captures the essence of the passage, main theme, main idea of the passage इसमें से क्या है? Okay, that's what you were supposed to check. The local communities have often come in conflict with agents trying to exploit resources. Okay, so local communities versus these agents at a faster pace for expanding commercial industry economy. More often than not, such agents of resource intensification are given preferential treatment by state. So author is saying that they are given some kind of special treatment through the grant of generous long lease paid area over mineral of fish stocks, for example, provision of raw material at a very cheap rate, With the injustice so compounded, local communities at the receiving end have no resource except direct action. That's why these local communities, they don't like state and outside exploiters. These struggle might perhaps be as a manifestation of a new kind of class conflict. So a new kind of class conflict arises. Why? Because of preferential treatment given to whom? Agents of resource intensification, which the local community sees unfair. Because they can see it's like without any reason they're getting generous leases, and price is subsidized for them and all. So that's why this. Now why not D? You were supposed to talk about the essence of the passage. That's the main message of it. Local communities have no option but to protest against agents of resource intensification and create a new type of class. See, the message here in option D is different. Here, author is saying that as a result of this, okay, these struggles might be seen as might be a manifestation of a new kind of class conflict. So it's not like on purpose local communities want to form class conflict, and that's why they are doing this. So the message here in D is different than what is mentioned here, and that's why this is wrong. Okay. The grant of long leases leads direct protest, no incomplete preferential treatment given to agents for an expanding industry exacerbates injustice to local communities. It is an injustice, but exacerbating के लिए हम एक साथ कुछ बोल नहीं सकते. So the main theme has to be only from whatever information you get to see in the passage. Short question. Okay. It should be pretty easy. Answer is D. Ecological now central focus है, so we need to see majority क्या बात कर रहा है. The tone also matters. Okay, so disruption of habitat explain किया है. Is the focus on disruption part or is it on the conservation part? Am I talking about filling up the basket or I'm talking about emptying of the basket? So let's see. Ecological research over the last quarter has established the deleterious effects of habitat fragmentation due to all these. It's a negative tone right in the beginning. Okay, we get to see how these mining, highway construction, etc., have bad impact on the forest. When a large block of forest gets fragmented into smaller bits, जब इनको डिस्ट्रॉय करते हैं, edges of all these bits come into contact with human activities, resulting as degradation of the entire forest. Second sentence also talks about degradation. Continuity of forested landscapes and corridors get disrupted, affecting several extinction-prone species. Habitat fragmentation, therefore, is considered serious threat. The whole passage is negative. So the focus is also going to be negative. Conservation of nature is a lesson that you can learn from the passage that, okay, since things are going so wrong, what we need to do is conserve the nature. But that is not the central focus, right? Okay. Then we see ad hoc grants of forest lands to mining companies coupled with mining is aggravating this threat. Extinction of wildlife, extinction is jad se khatam, they are no, the species no more at all. So it is an extreme option. Illegal mining in forest, but author is also talking about highways and such other intrusions. So alone mining is not the reason here. That's why A is also not your answer. Eliminate 3, select 1, answer is D. So I hope you're getting the point now. This was an easy one, by the way. So the passage is same. Now you have a different question. Answer to this one is only the first one. Good job, guys. What is the purpose of maintaining continuity of forested landscapes and corridors? So, the purpose of maintaining the continuity of forested landscapes, मतलब उनको hurt नहीं करें, because we want to preserve biodiversity, no management, nothing related to mineral resources, grant of forest lands for human activities, not at all. I should have given less time, no? Let's read the next. Make sure to like and share, guys. This is an indirect question and answer is all three of them. Which of the following is or are the area or areas in which China has outdone India? Okay. So India's substandard performance in the farm sector, that is agriculture, okay, are inadequate since India is placed favorably when compared to China in terms of quantity quality of arable means where we can cultivate something, that kind of land, average farm size and farm mechanization. The reasons for China having outperformed India are technological improvements accruing from research and development, investment in rural infrastructure, and increasingly liberalized agricultural policy, moving away from self-sufficiency, etc. Investment in rural infrastructure again, and all these things are also crucial, but government support in India has mainly been through subsidies. So यहाँ पे problem ये है, right? Subsidies are against the market reforms and distort the market. In contrast, number of applications for registration of new plant varieties in China over the past few years, data बताता है, despite India having largest number of scientists, agri scientists, India's current research track is abysmal. क्यों और किस तरह चाइना आगे, बेसिकली दैट इज मेंट. Development of urban infrastructure, yes, we get to see all over infrastructure में beat करा है हमें. Activities allied infrastructure, so there are activities which are related to infrastructure development, okay, and agriculture itself. तो starting में मिल गया. Exactly, super easy one. The passage remains same. Answer to this one is C. So the advantage that India holds over China with respect to agri sector is greater prevalence of farm mechanization. Okay, so we have more of this. Abundant research, no. Okay, author says first of all, so we get to see India's substandard performance is due to the inadequacy in all these things. Okay, then the reason why China has outperformed India. Now we get to see that subsidies are against. In contrast to the large number of application, data reveals India having largest number of agricultural scientists in the world. India's current track is abysmal. So एक तो factor हमको ये मिल जाता है that we have agricultural scientists and दुनिया भर में सबसे ज़्यादा है. Okay, we also get to see from the passage at some points where China का हमें पीछे छोड़ना नहीं दिया गया है. Okay, so the greater prevalence of farm mechanization, the technology part, the scientists का जिसमें involvement हो सकता है, that's what we have. See, diversification is nowhere hinted or mentioned. Superior technology, okay, and farming practices, no, that is also not mentioned because we get to see they have better और मैकेनाइजेशन वाइज जो है वहाँ पे हमें चीज़ें मिल रही हैं। अबंडेंट रिसर्च, रिसर्च साइंटिस्ट से कनेक्ट नहीं होगा, साइंटिस्ट से मैकेनाइजेशन कनेक्ट होगा। इवन वी गेट टू सी व्हेन कंपेयर टू इंडिया इन टर्म्स ऑफ क्वालिटी एंड क्वांटिटी, एवरेज फार्म साइज एंड फार्म मैकेनाइजेशन। तो यहाँ पे फार्म मैकेनाइजेशन मेंशन है एंड वेयर वी कुड लेटर ऑन रिलेट कि इंडिया ज़्यादा बेटर कर रहा है। This should be super simple. I will not give more than 1 minute for this one. अब तो मैं पढ़ूंगी नहीं, सीधे आंसर बताऊंगी, बिकॉज लेटर ऑन सब्सिडी why they are against the market, they hamper, they sacrifice equity for efficiency, not mentioned. This is a question where I need to directly answer, interpret नहीं करना है. No doubt she was the answer. It does. Elimination technique is very helpful in some of the questions. It's like, there you go, that's your answer. This one is the okay. So which of the following, if true, would seriously weaken the assertion? क्या कुछ नहीं, weakening of airline officials के बारे में जो बातें हैं, ठीक, weakening of the whole passage से better है आप इसको ऐसे समझो, it's a specific angle here, something that is in contrast to the